These farmlands in Al-Kabashi in Khartoum North were once some of the most fertile lands in Sudan's capital, but that was before nearly 2 years of conflict. All but a few of the lemon trees on Yusuf Abdel Mahmoud's farms have withered away. He says the fighting between the army and Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, prevented him from accessing his trees.
This area was controlled by the RSF. They cut the power and water pumps. There was no way to save the trees, even using water tanks. They would prevent people from accessing the farms and take away vehicles, so people were too afraid to take the risk and come. 40 acres of our lands have been destroyed because we couldn't even pump water for nearly 2 years.
Despite being along the banks of the Nile River, much of the farmland in Khartoum North has dried up. But it's not only lack of access that's led to the destruction of farmlands here. Mustafa Mohammed says most of the trees on his land in Al-Kabashi have been cut down in the past 2 years.
The Rapid Support Forces came and prevented us from our farms. Then they cut the trees to make charcoal. There are barely any trees left. These trees used to be my source of income. I used to produce 200 cartons of guava a day. All that is gone.
The Sudanese army recently took back control of Khartoum North from the RSF, but the conflict has created severe food shortages across the country. Farms here used to supply not only the markets in Khartoum, but other states as well. Farmers not being able to tend to the hundreds of thousands of acres here has worsened food shortages in Sudan. The farmers say now that the army is in control of Khartoum North, they can get back to their farms again, but bringing them back to life will not be easy. Many farms still lack access to water and power supplies, but experts say that's not their only challenge.
It would take at least 5 years for the trees in these farms to be able to produce again because it's completely destroyed. They need to fill the soil, get new seedlings, and supervise it closely to be able to return, and maybe even then they won't return to their previous productivity.
Yusuf says he has no choice but to work to restore his family's farms. He hopes his trees will return to producing enough for him to be able to sell in the markets again, even if that takes years. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Al-Kabashi, Khartoum.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.